swivel. Eyes peeled when I wiggle.
What?
I got my head on a swivel.
Eyes peeled when you wiggle? Look, I know you need a rhyme for swivel, but, and I don't think I'm alone here by saying this, but, wiggling is not gangsta. That's very not gangsta. I don't care if you're the most hardcore person on earth, wiggling is not a very threatening move. You better watch your fucking back, bro. Because when I load up that chamber, cock it back, and come looking for your punk ass, we ain't showing no mercy when we come a-wiggling at you.
So her BB's ting, yeah? Yeah. My side girl got a 5S with the screen crack. Still hit me back right away. Better not never hesitate.
Drake, man, just how needy are you? Like, you gotta be one insecure motherfucker to start a song off with, well, this girl always texts me back, so you'd better text me back immediately or I'm gonna be mad. This isn't even the first time he said something like this either.
You know you gotta stick by me. Soon as you see the text, reply me.
Thing is, his gripe isn't even that she doesn't text back. No. He's mad that she doesn't text back soon enough. Hey girl, WYD, send. Oh no, it's been 2 seconds and she hasn't responded. How could she betray me? All women are bitches! How could this happen to me? I'm such a nice guy! Seriously, why does one girl not texting you back the millisecond you hit her up get to you? I mean, you're Drake. You can have any girl you want. A fact that, with every passing lyric, gets more and more confusing to me. I mean, is this guy still a heartthrob? Do girls still like this? Because for my money, it seems like it'd be an increasing amount of insecure men that would be buying into this shtick. But I mean, hey, what do I know?
She was popping pills like rappers in society. I'll fuck your bitch for the irony.
How do you have sex with someone ironically? I think that's a fair question. What could possibly be ironic about having sex with someone? What are you doing it sarcastically? Like, oh yeah, I really like this. Maybe he's saying like, your chick isn't actually hot, but I'd have sex with her just because it's unexpected of me to have sex with someone who's not super hot. I guess that could work.
Indian burns all up on a nigga wee-wee.
You know, whenever a rapper refers to his dick as his wee-wee, I automatically respect them a little less. And for a genre populated with people over the age of 4, it's actually happened a lot more times than you'd think.
Put it on my wee-wee. Banana, strawberry, pineapple, orange. Put it on my wee-wee.
I'll take them home, let the wee-wee grow. You want the wee-wee.
They just slide you some cash and you lay on the wee-wee.
Yo, bitch, with an E on my wee-wee. Yo.
Bitches on my wee-wee.
With a bitch on my wee-wee like I've been in France too long.
Yep. Even Kendrick Lamar.
I feel like I'm out of my mind. I feel like my life ain't mine. Who can relate? Woo!
Hey, I feel like I don't value my life and I'm suicidally depressed. And if you also feel that way, let me hear you say, woo! Like, if someone's in that headspace, I don't think they're in a very woo moment. You feel me?
Building 7 wasn't hitting, there's more shit to come. The Pentagon is on a run.
Oh my God, please tell me this man did not spit some 9/11 truther raps in 2017.
The Pentagon is on a run.
Oh yeah, I'm sure the Pentagon is pissing their pants with the idea of this guy on their trail. And then there's this confusing mess of a chorus.
Yo, my name is George Jefferson, the man Maleficent.
Alright, stop. Let's think about that for a second. You just brought up being compared to an evil magical witch with destructive wizardry. And a guy who ran a dry cleaning service in a sitcom. And you thought those were equal levels of intimidating power.
You don't know who you're messing with, I ran for president.
Motherfucker, you're not old enough to run for president. What the fuck are you talking about?
Cause our country's in a deficit. My only testament is that we keep it so surreal. I kill myself to resurrect.
To resurrect what? With yourself? You're gonna kill yourself for the sole purpose of resurrecting yourself? Why? Why would you do that? That seems like a bit of a gamble to take for an ultimately pointless stunt. Well, I guess if you fail, you won't live to be embarrassed by it.
Seeing through your illusions. The Illuminati's real, that's the deal.
Dude, aren't your parents, like, super rich? And isn't the Illuminati, like, made up of all the rich people that control the world and stuff? So what does that make you? Oh, the informant? What are you gonna do? Put the truth out there before they catch ya? And wait a minute, bro. Ain't your mom a Scientologist? that's as close to Illuminati as I've heard a real organization actually being. They're super secretive, gotta give them a lot of money, they have a lot of famous people involved in it. I'm just saying, if you're gonna expose somebody, expose that shit.
Write a book so I can prove it.
Oh yes, please, let's make sure that he does this. Can we all get together and hold his feet to the fire to make sure he puts out this tell-all book about the Illuminati that he just promised? Please, the public must know, Jaden. And if you don't put it out, well, that must mean, Jaden, you're not a part of the Illuminati, are you? No, I'm just kidding. The point is, he's a dumb kid saying stupid shit because he knows it's going to get him attention. Now, there's a song lyric that people have been coming to me and saying, Rap Critic, why haven't you talked about this lyric? Rap Critic, this is the worst lyric ever. Why haven't you brought it up? And guys, there's a reason why I have a worst lyric year-end list. And it's specifically for song lyrics like this.
Play with that pussy like peekaboo. Play with that pussy like peekaboo.
Now, something I just want to address about this guy first. People keep saying, oh, Lil Yachty, he's just so positive. His music is so positive. Not a negative bone in this guy's body. But he starts this verse off by talking about putting the red dot of a sniper rifle on you.
Red dot, red dot, red dot, red dot, red dot on his nose like Rudolph.
Doesn't sound too positive to me. But okay, you know what the lyric is. Let's play it.
My new bitch yellow. She blow that dick like a cello.
Now, I'm not saying if you're a rapper, you gotta know everything about music history and theory and orchestras and all that, but if you're gonna bring it up, maybe you should have a general sense of what the fucking instrument is? She blows my dick like a cello? Does this look like an instrument you're supposed to blow into, you dense motherfucker? Dude, if you don't know what something is, and I've said this before, just Google it! But, okay, let's hear him out. He says, okay, let's step back for a second. Before you come at me, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna blame my A&R, because he listened to that song many times and he allowed me to say that. I guess for a second I thought a cello was a woodwind instrument, and it's not. And nobody ever said shit. Nobody ever pulled up a pic and said, hey man, I don't know if you know what this is, but it ain't that. I fucked up. I thought Squidward played a cello. He don't. That's a flute? Oh my god, he plays a clarinet? You fucking idiot. Come on, man. Your ass is like 21. I know you watch SpongeBob. What do you think a flute sounds like? Like, that's not even how it's played. Flutes are played to the side. Like, what the fuck? But you know what? Lil Yachty's right here. And I'm actually going to vouch for him in this instance. Because this is a problem with the whole industry. Now, I'm sure this has happened to all of us. We've made a reference to something or made a joke about something that we thought made sense, but although something in our brains was telling us that there might be something off about what we just said, if no one around us says anything about it, we just assume that it must be right, because if it wasn't, somebody would have said something, right? Now, he brought up his A&R guy. You know, the dude who's supposed to have his back, help market him, listen to his music, and in general make sure he doesn't look bad. And to quote Lil Yachty, he listened to the song multiple times and he said nothing. Now, I'm assuming that Lil Yachty's A&R guy is older than him. Probably a lot older. And probably has been in the music industry for a while in order to get to that position. That motherfucker knew that Lil Yachty wasn't talking about a cello when he heard that song all those times. But see, as I've also said in another episode, he probably said to himself, is this blatant and embarrassing screw up going to affect the sales of the song? And I mean, Yachty's not exactly selling to the Mozart crowd, so no, he didn't feel the need to tell him to correct it. And you know what? I can't find any reason why he should correct him. People still played the song, and it got the added benefit of people talking about the bad lyrics. So, seriously, what reason do they have to change anything? What, so critics like me won't make fun of him? They don't give a shit about what I think. Hell, I'm free publicity to these guys. So they get to continue saying whatever stupid shit they want, and I get to have more content to make fun of. And nothing ever improves.
Reality brings forth realism. It's the man of steel organism.
Trism. What is Trism? You know what? I'm gonna look it up. No, that's not it. This is a recent company. It didn't exist back then. What else? So he's full of curtains? Yeah, this isn't helping. Well, let's try Urban Dictionary. Trism. Where you shit your pants, blow your load, and get... Okay, that can't be right. Do people, like, go back and listen to old rap songs and listen for words that nobody understands just to make up definitions like this? Because I literally don't know what else this word could mean. So, I guess that's what he meant. That's all I gotta go off of. So, okay. Shaq is full of the act of shitting and jizzing on yourself. I'm just accepting this. This is reality.
Reality brings forth realism.
It sure does, buddy. Whatever you say.
Superman is a hero, but only when his mind is clear though. He needs that fix like the rest of us, so he's got no fear when he saves that bus.
Does Superman need to get high to save a bus? Like, what would he have any fear of? I know he's not real, but it's typically understood that Superman's pretty good at picking up heavy things. So what exactly is he fearing in this scenario? Well, I guess after saving a bus full of kids for the 57,000th time, it probably gets a little annoying. God damn it, stop driving school buses on mountain roads with sharp fucking turns!
Baby, you're so fine, and can I hit it in the morning?
Yeah, and if you gotta leave for work, I'll be right here in the same bed that you left me in. I love thick women cause my aunt, she rode equestrian.
I know at this point this is a typical response that I give to certain lyrics, but I think I'm especially justified here when I say, what? Did this man just say that he likes thick women because his aunt took him horseback riding? Cause that means either you want to fuck your aunt or you want to fuck horses.
I used to go to the stables and get them kids to bet me, and I would always ride the stallions whenever she let me.
Man, you've come across a strange lyric when being attracted to a family member is the less creepy option.
I'm joking.
It was a joke. Oh, that Drake, what a kidder.
I've been on, bitch, you been con. Bentley tints on, Fendi prints on. They need rappers like me. They need rappers like me, so they can get on their fucking keyboards and make me the bad guy, Chun-Li.
Chun-Li is not a villain in Street Fighter. Like, anyone who knows about that game should know that, especially someone who's naming themselves after the character. Even the shitty-ass spinoff that made her a white woman at least managed to get that detail right.
On the gas, sir. On the gas, sir.
Hit law enforcer with the band, sir. I ain't pressed, sir, over a band, sir. I said thanks, sir. Actually, thanks, sir. I advance, sir. It's a fact, sir. It's a snack, sir.
Okay, we can stop the track now. I think I got a pretty good idea of where the song's going for the next 3 minutes. But I think the more important matter is why Nicki felt she needed to make a 4-minute song in which every line ends with the word sir. Because it's not funny, it's not catchy. I mean, the word sir at the end of every line is not exactly an earworm. I mean, I never thought about what a rap song by Marcy from the Peanuts would sound like, but thank you, I guess. I don't know, I'm just saying, if you're gonna have a word repeating, there should be a good reason for it. And not you just awkwardly shoving one word into as many random contexts as possible.
Those newspapers in your backyard, octagon. I was writing octagon in an octagon hat with octagon underwear, taking an octagon bath.
You've gotta be shitting me.
With octagon soap, octagon motorcycle made by octagon bikes. Staying up late in octagon heights, living that octagon life. Wiping the girls off with octagon baby wipes.
Octagon. Everything's an octagon. Okay, well, you know, that's fine. I could accept that reality, but I guess the next question I would have to ask is, you know, why is it important that everything's an octagon? What is this, a fucking Sesame Street episode? Is it like that Rick and Morty episode where everything's a corn on a cob and I'm supposed to be afraid of it for some reason? I even tried to do some background research on this weird guy. I mean, maybe the octagon is an important symbol within the mythos. Maybe he used to be a crossing guard or some shit. I don't know. Octagon, who dubs himself the paramedic fetus of the East. Okay, I think I'm done here. My curiosity is very much satisfied. Let's get to the next song, because anything is better than fucking octagon for 4 goddamn minutes.
Slide on me now. Pass me some syrup. Put me in the car.
No, I'll get to it. I just need a second. Just stop cutting away so fast. God, what a waste of a song. When I heard it for the first time, I could not believe this was on a soundtrack to one of the best films of the year. The song sounds like Future heard all those other songs where Kendrick leaves rappers in the dust, his own included, so he figured, fuck it, just preemptively give up. You can't say he failed if he didn't try. I don't understand the function of the squeaky voice. Like, sure, it's random, but it's not funny. He's not saying anything different than what he normally says. It's still about fucking bitches, sipping scissor, and killing people. So what does it matter that he put on a silly voice? But then again, if these verses are gonna be generic anyways, I guess you might as well sound like you were possessed by the ghost of Mickey Mouse for a few seconds there. I mean, wait a minute. This was for a Disney movie, right? Well, there you go. Mickey Mouse is an evil ghost who has always wanted to be a rapper, so he temporarily took over Future's brain, Clint Eastwood style, to rap about and promote one of Mickey's favorite but less successful films. Maybe I to overthink things. Oh, and as much as we give Kraft a future, I think J-Rock deserves a little bit of heat too.
I've been ready, my whip been ready, my bitch been ready, my click been ready, my shit's been ready, my checks been ready, my shots on full, that's Armageddon.
You rhymed ready with ready, then rhymed ready with ready, then rhymed ready with ready, then rhymed ready with Armageddon. I don't even have a joke. I just can't believe this shit.
I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it.
I seriously can't believe this is happening.
I hope y'all ready, you know I'm ready.
Yeah, we know.
I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it.
Oh my God, he actually repeats the repetition from earlier in the verse. That's how he ends the verse. That was supposed to impress us at the end. Did people clap when you were finished with this verse? Like, were they just like, you did it. You did it, J-Rock. This was an absolutely necessary verse. That was awesome. It was incredible. This needed to happen. Nobody says the phrase, I gotta go get it, quite like your boy, J-Rock. I also can't believe that technically this is supposed to be J-Rock's lead single. Like, you were supposed to be compelled to check out his new album based on this. Well, if this is a taste of what's to come, I'm definitely not gonna go get it. You know, originally, I was gonna put that rambling, unmixed mess of a song he did with T.I. on here, but seeing that he now wants to just dip out of the political conversation without learning anything or even clarifying his own positions, I think the troll record is now more appropriate. Because the intro of this song spends so much time building up your expectation for what's gonna happen, morphing and mixing into different musical ideas as it progresses, and then he says this.
Whoop-de-doo-scoop. Scoop-de-dee-whoop. Whoop-de-scoop-de-poop.
Oh, you see, you were expecting something insightful from such an iconic artist, but instead, he just awkwardly blurted out absolute nonsense. Yeah, you already heard the punchline for that joke in your head. And in fact, there's a track on Pusha T's album with Kanye featured on it that perfectly spells out his situation in the past year.
Niggas talking shit, yeah, how do you respond? Whoop, scoop, whoop, whoopie-whoop.
Yeah, quick question. Can we play this over the deafening silence Kanye had when Jimmy Kimmel asked why Kanye thinks the president, who has literally had white supremacists in his cabinet, cares about minorities?
You so famously and so powerfully said George Bush doesn't care about black people. It makes me wonder what makes you think that Donald Trump does at all.
Whoopie-dee-scoop. Scoop-dee-dee-whoop.
Yeah, that feels oddly appropriate. And like I said, I get the joke, at least for Kanye. It's, look, an artist like me made a horrible song on purpose. Unfortunately, the punchline is anyone deciding to still listen to him. Gotta ask you a question, America. Are you happy you scared off Macklemore? Are you happy that your radio stations are no longer being bothered by the well-meaning white guy who actively wanted his white fans to be more aware of the racial and homophobic discrimination still rampant in this country? Because, I mean, if you didn't want that, America has an abundant supply of angry white guys who have no idea what's going on in the political world, but would really like to give you their opinion on it.
I cannot feel guilty for shit that I didn't do, but I can understand the reasons why you think that I should.
Wow. You know, it's the fundamental misunderstanding of the situation followed by the smug self-righteousness that really drives it over the edge for me.
Acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer while I'm wrongly convicted.
Wrongly convicted? Wrongly convicted? What are you talking about? Where are you? What are you, in some court that's trying to legally declare random white rappers as racist and this is your testimony? You know, I think this song illustrates the problem with current conversations about race. White guys like this are so worried about being called a racist by angry minority voices, they never stop to think about why those minority voices are angry in the first place. So statements like this end up basically saying, yeah, I know discrimination affects your lives in a myriad of ways that don't allow you to live your life to your full potential as a human being, but I think it's equally important that we should remind me that I'm a good person for not being racist. Look, here's the reality of the situation. Babies are being split from parents. People are being killed by authority figures. These are things that are affecting minorities right now. And if you really cared about those people, you wouldn't be trying to make it about you in the first place.
Got a mother, a father, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And white people that you hate aren't your neighbors or lawyers. They're the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Bushes, and Royals.
Yeah, his whole thing is, if you want to talk about racism, talk about those huge corporations that are racist. But the PC police might take it too far. I mean, what if someone ends up calling someone I know a racist?
It is possible.
I mean, every racist is related to someone. They don't just fall out of the sky. Now, I don't know or care if this dude is racist himself. But I do know that guys like this usually end up being useful idiots who clog up the conversation just to beg you to confirm that they are indeed not bad people. But fuck all that. This is the real reason this is on this list.
My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed because of my pretty blue eyes.
Did he just compliment his own eyes? That's weird. Who does that? Now, number one for this year is a tie.
I can't even capture the feeling I had at first. Meeting all my heroes like seeing how magic works. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid.
This hat makes me the king of England. I'm sorry. I thought we were just saying things that no one believes for a fucking second. Look, let's be blunt. Drake has a certain image that he and his PR people are trying to uphold, and having a baby out of wedlock with an amateur porn star, it doesn't exactly fit that image. And while personally, I don't think this should be an issue, because, hey, people have unexpected kids, and some people have them with people who do sex work. What does it really matter? In fact, I don't even side out the fact that he didn't want anyone to know. I mean, it's personal stuff that's no one's business but his. And I do try to not pry too much into people's personal affairs. The problem comes in, of course, when you make songs about it, and then release it to the public, because then it's stuff we can all hear. And the revelation of him having a kid has slightly colored some of his songs. And of course, this is the obvious example people went to.
She say, do you love me? I tell her only partly. I only love my bed and my mom. I'm sorry.
We officially knew he recorded these lyrics after his child was born. Seems kind of cold-blooded in retrospect. But even worse than that one is this lyric.
I'm upset. 50,000 on my head is disrespect.
Because you see, this song's release was right when all the details started coming out in public about his child and his baby mama being a sex worker. So, whereas on first listen these lyrics sound like the typical hypothetical don't want no baby mama drama verse, some of the words now feel a little illuminating, to say the least.
Can't go 50-50 with no hope.
Yeah, Drake would never have a kid with a dirty hooker. And it only gets worse from there.
Every month, I'm supposed to pay her bills and get her what she want.
Oh, and of course you have to mention how this deceitful sex worker is only after your money. Not to spend it on things for the kid. Oh no, see, because she's the worst person ever, she's gonna spend all his money on diamonds and Saint Laurent bags while her child presumably shivers in a corner with nothing but a bandana for a diaper or some hyperbolic shit like that.
I still got like 7 years of doing what I want.
Still got 7 years of doing what you want, eh? So, you weren't planning on telling the public you had a kid for a while, were you?
My dad still got child support from 1991.
And this line is the most baffling to me. Because this lyric is literally Drake bragging about his father never paying child support after his parents' divorce. Allow me to reiterate that. He's proud that his father specifically withheld money that would have gone towards his development as a child. Imagine, for a second, if you will. I want you to imagine being a woman and having a kid with a guy who leaves you to take care of that child all alone. But even though it's a slog every day to take care of your child as well as yourself, you make sure your kid has enough to get by. But one day you discover when he's grown up, not only did that kid get by, he actually really made something of himself. He became a superstar. He found profit in his passion in life despite the setbacks of having a single parent. And when he's on that world stage, singing his heart out as you watch with a tear in your eye at the fact that your kid's having their glory moment, you think of all the times you could have given up. All the times you could have taken the easy way out, but you didn't. Because being responsible for another human life is the least we can do to show kindness for those we decide to bring into this world. And then on their latest album, they just gave props to the other parent specifically for not helping. You know, originally when I wrote this, there was supposed to be a punchline, but it's just sad. I just want to call my mom now. Happy New Year. Hey, Mom. I love you. Hey, thanks for watching. I wasn't actually crying.
Park voice. I like fucking. All my bitches call me fucker.
Oh, we're really not trying anymore, huh? Just naming yourself after the thing you do, like an elf from Disenchanted? I like having sex so much, they call me Billy the Great Sex Haver. And wait, are you sure these women are saying this is a compliment? Oh god, it's Blueface, that fucker again. Now, I wanted to highlight this lyric specifically after hearing an interview with The Breakfast Club that went viral, where he claimed he was the best lyricist in the game, with his friend swooping in to defend him.
It make me like do with Nas when I should be like, hold on, what did he say?
Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm sure I gotta play that rhyme back just so you can catch all the intricate complexities of
I like fucking, all my bitches call me fucker.
And I'm sure that the radio hosts, tastemakers of mainstream radio hip-hop that they are, must have heard something that made them want to bring Blueface on their show, right? You know, other than the inevitable controversy of bringing on someone people dislike because of his perceived lack of talent, right?
Oh, he ain't even heard a song.
I gotta be honest, I didn't hit him.
Exactly.
I think I have to listen to more of his music.
Oh, wow. All three of these hosts haven't actually listened to the music of the person they're interviewing? That's kind of disconcerting. Is this the state of modern music journalism? Okay, well, I actually did bother to listen to some of his songs, you know, so I could have some credibility when I talk about it. And no, it absolutely is not worth listening to. But the point is, I can say that with confidence because I did the work of actually giving an artist a chance. And if they did, they too could have easily rebutted his claims of being a lyricist. Just play.
I like fucking, all my bitches call me fucker.
Like, what would he have to say to that? I'd legit be curious to see how he'd defend this bemusingly unself-aware sex rap lyric. Girls call me fucker? When has fucker ever been used as anything that's not a derogatory insult? Just ends up coming off like he's trying to spin a negatively connotated word into a positive for some reason. Girls call me asshole, cause I like booties and I like them fat. Coincidentally, girls who don't know this also call me that. On the set.
If it is, I'm grateful. Niggas think I left the town, but I'm right here.
So, Dizzy Wright came out with an album this year called Nobody Cares, Work Harder. An incredible rap album that deals with mental health in relation to stressful modern times, making an overall positive yet unpretentious LP. And one of my favorite tracks is called Grateful, featuring Tech Nine, an artist who clawed his way up through the rungs of underground notoriety to create one of the biggest independent music outfits to date. Something that he details and explains in his verse that he's grateful for. And while I often enjoy his creative flows and off-the-wall lyrics, sometimes in an attempt to accommodate the syllabic flow of his lyrics, I notice he'll sometimes use really awkward words to make his rhymes fit, which leaves the description of what he's saying kind of confusing, like with this line.
And that'll be the way that need to be stepped, and I seek lust within his baby mama, make a sucker feet test out of my deep cup, that's complete just...
Did you just say you wanted a girl to suck a fetus out of your bra? I'm not going loopy, right? That definitely sounds like the functional meaning behind the assortment of words being used here. That can't be what he means. Okay, well, if I were to be as charitable as possible, maybe when he says fetus, he just means like a general term for like jizz, you know, in the same way rappers sometimes use like synonyms for children as a metaphor for cum, you know, most famously.
You ain't babysitting, but my kids all on your couch.
Difference being, with a crass line like that, it's pretty clear J. Cole isn't actually talking about toddlers sitting on a couch. You realize it's a play on words because of what sperm eventually becomes, right? But when you specifically call your ejaculated sperm your fetus that you're telling her to suck out of your D cup, it just sounds like a way more disturbing image than I think he intended. Then again, I'm not even sure that's what he's talking about. I'm just trying to gather as many context clues as I can from the other words he's saying, but it is not helping. I mean, of course, I could probably just go off the general assumption that if there's a metaphor in a rap song that you don't understand, it probably has something to do with blowjobs. So I guess that means D cup means dick? Are we calling dicks D cups now? Is that the new thing? D-Cup sounds more like a company that makes jock straps than anything. D-Cups, now with hardened exterior protection, and a sincere apology to the customers who thought our original brand was made to endure groin-endangering activities. Sorry guys, we just made them look cool. We probably should have made that clear the first time.
I wanna touch on you. You see me in my room. Wish you were here right now.
Talk about a sex song for modern times. This is a joint by Doja Cat, an MC made famous by her viral internet smash, Bitch I'm a Cow. And hey, if you got famous on the internet by being a sexy but quirky personality, a song about cybersex seems like the next logical step. And it's a fun song for the most part, capturing the excitement of finding intimacy with someone online who's into the stuff you're into.
When he off work, he calling me on Skype. Trust me, when I meet him, I'm fucking him on sight. Oh, surf that till I drown in all of your pics. Can't scroll down cause some of them dicks.
Wait, were you not expecting dick pics from the person you're actively cybersexting? I mean, I'm not one to advocate for sending him unsolicited, but in this instance, she actively wants to drown in all of his pictures. And I mean, the song's about cybersex. I was assuming you're gonna see him eventually, right? Or, hey, don't let me assume, she might be in public or something and just doesn't want to advertise his family jewels to anyone.
My parents going through my shit.
Specifically her parents? I'm sorry, how old is she supposed to be in the song? Okay, again, don't want to assume, but maybe her parents are visiting, you know, and she just doesn't want them to see this. Wow, okay, this is getting increasingly harder to sidestep. Because, you know, people usually aren't on Dateline for positive reasons. And you put that lyric on a song that's supposed to be about finding a stranger to have sex with. Come on, Fun Silly Bop song, why are you making me think about that? I don't want to think about that. God damn it, go to the next song.
I used to wanna fuck my auntie.
Alright, didn't need to know that.
I've been drinking on toast.
Well, if we learned anything today, kids, it's stay off the cough syrup. It apparently makes you start confessing stuff you don't need to be confessing.
Fuck rap, bustin' like an addict with a semi-automatic who done had it and he ready for anybody to buck back. I dare get to test me, cause not a single one of you motherfuckers impress me. And maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I'm full of innovation.
Whoa. Did you just walk back your brag raps like 4 lines into the song?
Cause not a single one of you motherfuckers impress me, and maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration.
Dude, what the hell? If you're gonna make a brag rap track, go all in. You don't say, hey, all you guys suck, but like, not really though, cause, you know, wouldn't want to mischaracterize other competing artists. I mean, we all know rappers are vastly exaggerating when they talk shit. Hell, every rapper saying they're the best can't possibly be true, but you're supposed to come off like, you know, at least you believe it. And if you can't maintain that thread through a brag rap track, then what are we even doing here?
I'm tired of all of this high school, he's cool, he's not rap shit. Can a single one of you motherfuckers even rap shit? No, this ain't a diss to the game, this is gas to the flame.
I love it. Absolutely love it. He just rhymed rap shit with rap shit and then said that the lyrics you're hearing are supposed to be a gas to the flame of the industry. But oh, you see, it wasn't a diss though. It was just a challenge to fellow MCs to step their game up. Like when Kendrick Lamar spit a rap against the whole rap game in Big Sean's Control. Unfortunately though, Logic's lyrics are in no way notable enough to inspire that kind of response.
We gon' leave them crucified, we call this shit genocide. I got bitches, I got hoes, I got rare designer clothes. No, we ain't fucking with that.
Oh yeah, and this is the part where he takes down the mumble rappers.
Yeah, there's a time and a place, but if you ain't coming with the illest of raps, calling yourself the greatest alive, then you don't deserve to do that.
And yet, here you are on an Eminem featured track, 2 verses in, and you haven't said anything memorable yet. Like, legit, I'm just gonna ask, are people into Logic just because he raps quickly? And to some people, that's just all you have to do to sound impressive?
I'm a real minute killing, you feeling lyricism when I'm spilling it up.
Because I've tried multiple times to listen to him, and every time I think, wow, he spit that with a lot of intensity. Can't remember anything he actually said, but the words went by relatively fast. Every brag verse feels a lot like a sound and fury signifying nothing sort of deal, you know what I mean?
Then you don't deserve to do that. No, please do not do that. You gon' make Bobby attack, you gon' make Bobby boy snap, you gon' make Bobby boy snap, Bobby boy.
Yeah, you don't want Bobby pulling your card, because as he's demonstrated on this track, he's gonna not use wordplay or punchlines, and instead just kind of repeat some of his less interesting lyrics. Oh, I'm sorry, but saying mediocre rhymes slightly quickly is just not that compelling to me. I think Logic needs to learn what I learned when I played Sonic the Hedgehog back in the day and accidentally hit the speed shoe monitor. Faster doesn't always equal better.
Logic, his words really move. Logic, did you know he's biracial too? Logic, he's the fastest thing alive. Except he's actually not that fast. And his songs are really that interesting. We love the earth. It is our planet.
So you can imagine my reaction to a song that's basically a bunch of celebrities with more money combined than I could ever possibly imagine, telling me that I should give to charity in exchange for a collection of doofy animal puns that barely register as jokes. And for those that didn't check out my initial review, this is Earth by Lil Dicky, a rapper who actually got his start in comedy. Oh yeah, that's right, he originally wanted to be a comedy writer for movies and TV before he decided to bring his witty observations to the hip-hop world. And it seems like a good fit. I mean, after all, isn't hip-hop about punchlines anyway?
We're just some rhinos, horny as heck.
You get it? Cause they're horny. And they got horns. This is the material that was supposed to launch him into the comedy world. And you're supposed to be laughing because, what? A celebrity making animal puns? Oh, now that's funny. No, I haven't seen a DreamWorks movie before. What are those about?
Hey, I'm a zebra. No one knows what I do, but I look pretty cool in my white or black.
Seriously, this joke in particular ran out of steam 14 years ago, halfway through Chris Rock saying it in the first Madagascar movie.
You're pretty hot, I'm a kangaroo. How about that? Up and down with you.
You know, when I first reviewed this, I didn't realize Sia was Australian, and that was supposed to be the joke in and of itself. And at first I felt silly for missing it, but then I thought, wait, do most people know where Sia's from? Like, wasn't the whole mystique of Sia that she was an obscure pop star the public at large didn't know anything about? And it's not like she has some distinct accent. Well, at least not one that doesn't sound like Rihanna anyway. Hell, most people don't even know what she looks like, much less where she came from. So if you don't know she's Australian, which by definition of how her PR as an artist has played out, most people don't, the joke doesn't work. And if that was just one or two moments, that'd be excusable. But there's just so much of this verse where there's no real joke beyond the general idea of a celebrity voicing an animal.
I'm a squirrel looking for my next nut.
Guys, jokes on popsicle sticks are funnier than this. And with Katy Perry's part, it didn't even seem like she understood what was happening.
And I'm a pony, just a freak horse. But, come on, get on. Yeah.
You can tell they cut her off after the there and just said, look, you don't have to get it. Just say horse things. But I guess it's funny because she did a song called Dark Horse once. Again, these connections are tenuous at best. It's that Family Guy type humor where the joke solely relies on you knowing who they are.
I'm just a giraffe once with a snake.
But what's the joke here? Is Charlie Puth tall? Does he have a long neck or something? God, I forgot to talk about the actual rap verse.
I'm a man. Hello. Can you hear me?
You know, it's funny there's aliens in this video, because honestly, this verse is so awful, the only explanation I can think of is alien overlords are threatening to destroy the planet if we don't write a song on the spot like that Rick and Morty episode. And unfortunately, Lil Dicky was the person they chose to represent humanity. Each line sounds like him desperately trying to pull something together in between profuse sweating and nervous collar tugging.
I hope it's not a simulation. Give each other names like Ahmed and Pedro.
Certainly hope these aliens don't have the concept of rhyming on their planet.
Yeah, we like to wear clothes, girls still look beautiful, and it covers up our human dick. Eat a lot of tuna fish.
Guys, we'd be so screwed.
Like, let's all just chill. Respect what we built. Like, look at the internet, it's cracking as hell.
Yeah, the more you listen to him rap, the more you realize him front-loading the song with cameos was definitely to compensate for his lack of presence as an artist. Just slap a bunch of big names doing silly impressions of animals on my song. It's almost the same thing as telling a joke. Hey, funny man, I've got an impression for you. Hey guys, I'm Lil Dicky, and I like to put on a fake black rapper voice whenever I don't have any actual jokes. Oh, and I forgot to mention the laziest example of reference humor at the end of the first verse.
I'm a marijuana plant, I can get you fucked up.
And I'm Kanye West.
Get it? Because you know who he is! Alright, that's all I had. Thanks for coming. There's no heightening of the joke. It's in no way related to the celebrity cameo doing the voice of an animal thing. He's not even treated like the rest of the verse where he gets a silly description afterwards. It's purely supposed to be funny because his name was said. And it's like, really? Comedy writer guy? Didn't have any jokes about Kanye? Couldn't come up with anything to say about him? Cause I can.
Close on Sunday, you my Chick-fil-A. Close on Sunday, you my Chick-fil-A.
So Kanye put out a Christian rap album this year. And man, it was awful. Like, even as someone who considers himself a believer in a God and who likes to study the Bible, there was virtually nothing interesting going on that album. We reviewed it for Going Off, my album review podcast with Muse. And in the episode, we talked about how there's actually some good Christian hip-hop out there, going against the stigma most critics would automatically weigh against a project like this. Because, hey, it's not about agreeing or disagreeing with the idea of having a religious message. It's about whether or not they present that message in an engaging way. In fact, we mentioned some of Kendrick's songs, and of course Lecrae, one of, if not the best Christian rapper out right now. Hell, even Snoop Dogg put out a gospel album a year or so ago that honestly wasn't too bad. So it's not the idea of Christian music in and of itself that's the problem. It's the way the album's filled with so much bombast and seriousness, with so little to actually say. And what a shame coming from someone who probably made one of the best defining Christian rap songs of all time, Jesus Walks. Another song I actually reviewed this year by Patreon request. And in that episode, I detailed how the lyrics mainly served a purpose. That despite any silly illusions about Kathy Lee needing Regis, the song is for people that evangelical churches would look down upon. Drug dealers, sex workers, murderers. He was saying Jesus walks with them through any worldly struggles that cause them to be less than they could be. Jesus' message is that they can still be forgiven, that it's never too late to rise above the vices the world puts on you and lead a better life. So what's the lead single of his magnum opus on his Christian faith gonna be about? What profound, thought-provoking lyrics is he gonna hit us with?
Closed on Sunday, you my Chick-fil-A. You're my number one with the lemonade.
What? So, the lead single on an album about your Christian faith is named after a fast food restaurant. And this is an album we're supposed to take seriously? Like, a Christian rapper making a song about Chick-fil-A, that sounds like a hack's version of a skit about Christian rap. But here we are, he actually did it. They even ended with a little Chick-fil-A bumper at the end, which almost sounds like a chicken. Chick-fil-A! Burger! Okay, but Seriously, are we just gonna pretend like everyone doesn't know they're an overtly homophobic company that donates millions to groups that do gay conversion therapy? And sure, Kanye came out in a recent interview saying he had mentioned being against homophobia in hip-hop in the past, but okay, first off, my guy, you've openly associated with some pretty conservative guys in the recent past. Nope, even more recent than that. Yep, Joel Osteen. That Joel Osteen.
As soon as I said close on Sunday, just like Chick-fil-A, there was LGBTQ articles saying they need to boycott my company.
Because you just made a song that's essentially free ad space for a company you have to know has used millions of dollars to fund political groups that are against gay rights. But I guess shut up, gay people, because he's denounced it in the past, so he's good to hang out with, like, one more conservative homophobic person, right? Hey Macklemore, you made 2 songs about white privilege, and you showed up to a couple of marches, so hey, you're good for 2 Ku Klux Klan rallies, no questions asked. That's the way it works, isn't it? He did a good thing once, so that means he's immune from criticism, right? He made Jesus walk, so he's never going to hell!
You can't do enough for nobody out here, so how about I stop?
Oh no, people want me to be politically consistent! Like, to be honest with y'all, I'm not one of those people who says you can't enjoy a burger on your own time, because you may be thinking, hey, not buying a chicken sandwich isn't exactly doing the most in terms of helping gay people. Fine. But when you become a Christian rapper and then immediately make a song that associates you with an openly Christian company that directly poured millions of dollars into anti-gay political organizations, you figured gay people weren't gonna feel some type of way about it? Did you fucking think, man? Honestly, that's the issue here. He didn't. The song doesn't even warrant that conversation because the metaphor doesn't make any damn sense in the first place. It doesn't even have anything to do with the rest of the song. For real, there's no further jokes or wordplay or commentary about Chick-fil-A as a business or anything. The rest of the lyrics don't flesh out the metaphor in any way. And hey, maybe I would have given him props if he at least committed to the gimmick of writing a fun novelty song about eating chicken sandwiches, but instead it's this serious, low-key music and gospel humming. But you can't enjoy the musical atmosphere because you just keep hearing dumb lines about being his #1 with the lemonade. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? Because it's supposed to be a metaphor, right? So who exactly is close to you specifically on Sundays? It can't be God, right? Because that's literally the opposite of how God works for most Christians. Well, maybe if we look at the verse, he'll enlighten us.
I pray to God that he'll strengthen my hand. They will think twice stepping onto my land.
Okay, so God, give me the strength to fight back against non-specific threats.
I draw the line, it's written in the sand. Try me and you will see that I ain't playing.
Followed by his own vague, non-specific threats.
I got my weapons in the spirit's land. Jezebel don't even stand a chance.
Okay, so there's 2 ways to interpret this. Either he's talking about the biblical Jezebel, who convinced her husband to worship a false god, and the placement here is as if to say, yeah, other religions won't persuade me to them, because I picked the right religion team, and that's all that matters, right? Or he's using the Jezebel name and how it's been interpreted by men as a representation of evil, corrupting women. And he's like, ooh, these Jezebels won't corrupt my home, which, not sure I'm down with how the language paints the woman he's being tempted to cheat on his wife with as actively wanting to destroy his marriage, while downplaying his own agency in the decision to do so. But okay, he's mentally strong against this woman who, for some reason, really wants him to cheat on his wife. So, is she the one that's closed on Sunday? I'm still not getting the connection here. Honestly, though, I think we all know that closed on Sunday, you're my Chick-fil-A, it has no meaning. At best, he stuck it in there as some sort of hollow signifier of American Christianity, which is a pretty fitting description of his album now that I think about it. Okay, so now it's time to reveal the #1 worst lyric of 2019, and it's still Kanye.
Everybody wanted Yandi, that Jesus Christ did the laundry.
Because, you see, whereas that first song was just me making fun of the window dressing Christianity this album sets itself up as, with this #1, I want to get down to the emotional core of why this album sucked. With this, the first words Kanye says on the Jesus is King LP.
God is king, we the soldiers. Ultra beam out the solar. When I get to heaven's gates, I ain't gotta peek over.
Oh wow, someone's really sure they're gonna get into heaven. Well hey, Kanye must have gone through some sort of transformation that's cleansed him of his past arrogant, self-centered ways.
Keeping perfect composure. When I scream at the chauffeur, I ain't mean, I'm just focused. I ain't mean, I'm just focused.
So, all internet irony aside, nobody's really buying this changed man shit, right? Do people actually believe Kanye's become a better person in Christ? Do you hear the words of a guy whose soul has been altered by the grace of God to be a kinder person to his fellow man? Well, it's like Jesus said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Unless you're really focused on something, then it's okay to not treat other people with respect. What? I'm sorry, but if you're getting on a pulpit to talk all this sanctimonious shit about how we need to be good people and follow God, but within the first lines of your album you give away just how unself-aware you are about your own infamous temper and how it causes you to be a dickhead right after telling me you're so sure about getting into heaven, yeah, I'm tuning right the fuck out. Because from my view, all he did was go from saying, hurry up with my damn croissants because I am a god, to hurry up with my damn croissants because I work for God. So what exactly has changed? It's legit like that episode of South Park where Cartman changes the lyrics of a bunch of love songs to be about Jesus when they're clearly still love songs. Kanye may have changed some lyrics to be about God, but it's clear who this is really about. And it's not like I found some lost recording of him yelling at his workers out of context. He just plainly explained how not only does he still continue his shitty behavior, but he also completely excuses that behavior without a hint of self-reflection. An attitude that's baked into an album that's so intellectually clumsy, it's barely worth listening to. I mean, look, if you're a Kanye stan or an evangelical who just wants to get your beliefs confirmed, hey, enjoy to your heart's content. But if it's good Christian rap you're looking for, seriously guys, just go listen to Lecrae. In particular, a song that blew me away a few years ago was Gangland, a song about how gangs in black communities were demonized by the media despite being some of the first initial response and protection many black communities had against police oppression. Then again, some people who listen to Christian music don't actually want to use their faith as a catalyst to talk about serious issues or engage with people's lives, exposing and exploring your insecurities. Some people would just rather listen to the type of Christian rap that's about millionaires telling you that they have to charge you $500 for their sneakers so their millionaire families don't starve.
That's why I charge the prices that I charge.
You know, we all have our different priorities.